You're such an asshole.
Now, there's been a lot of talk about marriages collapsing and the birth rate and all that, but I want to let women in America know that there are still a lot of good quality men out there. They're less now than there was before. That is true. I have someone here, very high quality guy. He's over 6 feet tall. He makes good money. He's a CPA. The good news is you don't need marriage, right? You just need love from another person. You just need commitment from that person. And by commitment, I just mean he ain't going to go bang no other people. That's what commitment means, right? He's going to commit to you. So, and with you girls having your own money and being strong and independent and don't need no money isn't even going to factor into it. And once we give up money, like when you actually love the other person, you find out that, well, marriage was kind of pointless anyway. And all you really need is that other person. And since we know you girls are only interested in the quality and caliber and chemistry and riz of the individual, all non financial things, you don't need a wedding. You don't need your day. You don't need marriage. So I'm going to kind of read through this guy's request. And I'm showing you girls right here's the guy. If you want, ladies, if you're an attractive young lady and you'd like to meet this guy, I'm sure he'd be open to me introducing you to. But marriage won't be on the table, and you should be rejoiceful because then that way you're not forced. It's all about love. Hi, Clary. I am in my mid 20s, 6'1", and in good physical shape. He sent me a picture, and he's a good looking guy. He's good looking. I work as a CPA in a major metro. $250,000 saved, 140,000 income, no debt, no support from family. I was raised by a substance abusing single mom. So he actually is a real man. He didn't have mommy and daddy, trust fund daddy, pay his way through college. Didn't even mention his old man. This is a real man. I'm not, set my tongue in cheek bullshit aside. It doesn't get any better than this. It doesn't. If there's a girl out there who would like to meet this man, you let me know. Yes, we'll put you through the ringer. Watch my email inbox not fill up. I worked hard and got lucky by finding internet wisdom from some old angry guys named Aaron Clary and Vlad Elkins. Oh, I hate that Vlad Elkins guy. I hate that guy. I do all right with dating, 15 girls a year, but I know what my plan should be moving forward. Marriage and kids would be the ideal next step. See, he would like to get married and have kids. But, see, there's a but here. I wonder what it's going to say after. But due to marriage laws, I will not be marrying any girl who makes significantly less money than me, including girls who want to be full-time stay-at-home moms. That's okay. I have a solution. I don't want my life to be financially ruined if she leaves. Guys in that position generally seem like they're enslaved by their wives. Given this caveat, should I rule out the pursuit of marriage entirely? Is it unrealistic based on your research and from the book of numbers? It is not unrealistic. If you want the number right now, you're a number guy, you're a CPA. 14% of marriages in the past, okay? That doesn't mean it's going to continue in the future. It could go down. 14% of marriages end what we closest can estimate to be happy. That's death do you part and happy. Not miserable and still married, happy. And that includes World War II generation marriages, which are in that data set as well. An alternative seems to be a long-term girlfriend with no cohabitation. But when the topic comes up, almost all girls I date say they're hoping for marriage and kids someday, especially conservatives. Well, ladies, I just explained to you, you don't need marriage anymore. It's about love and commitment. Marriage is obsolete. It's a matter of fact, it's an added expense that if you girls just save the money, you could afford a house. And you could be free and spend even more time with the love of your life because we know that's what marriage was for, but we can just get rid of that formality, tremendously unnecessary and expensive formality, and you could just be with the guy. I'd feel guilty wasting your time by leading them on, so I generally steer clear. Well, let me interject right now. What you have every right to do is say, I'm not getting married, but I'm for a committed relationship. And I'm going to get to that option here. But yeah, you're a good looking dude. You probably run into some quality gal. Say, yeah, no, there's no marriage in this country. No, it's not happening. But I will commit. I do want a family, but there is no contract. There is no marriage, no legal document. We're just voluntarily getting together. Are there enough girls out there who are okay with avoiding marriage? I don't know. I'd have to ask or find the polling data. Short term hookups have been my main option so far from female companionships. If family isn't in the cards, my plan is leaving my career in 15 years with a war chest of money. Oh, you had $250,000, right? And no debt. And you make 140,000 a year. I bet you're going to have a lot of money and you'll still be a relatively young man. Where have all the good men gone? I'd pursue seasonal van life, motorcycle riding, exploration of North America, and maybe some easy work to stimulate the brain. Well, I mean, if you're a CPA, just open up your own practice and work remote. Be like Chad Elkins, but cooler with the motorcycle and shit, and taller, obviously. Is he short? Any suggestions or potential pitfalls? My biggest concern is loneliness. Most of my friends are in the leftist shithole hometown of crappy leftist shithole. Happy to pay any price. Shit, I should have charged $1 trillion for a video response. I can't thank you enough for how much you've helped me over the past 8 years. Well, I'm glad to see that. I got a couple emails from a lot of young guys like, hey, I followed your advice. I got money. What do I do now? And thanks for help. I'm glad to see it. And look at you there. Where are you? You got your motorcycle. You're off road. You look like you're out west. Okay, that doesn't matter. All right. Here's the deal. You could still have a family and you could still have I don't want to call her a wife because in some states, oh, you were presenting yourself as husband and wife. You can have a significant other. You can have love and you can have family because the government was never required to have that in the first place, especially now. And though you may have to move in different cities and states or different states based on whether or not they have common law marriage, it is still possible to get everything you would want traditionally and classically out of a relationship. You can have a family with a loving woman in your life without marriage. And I'm going to say it now because I said it before and I ended up being really super right. It is becoming more understood, maybe not accepted by women, but is more understood that men and people are just not getting married. It's just not happening. And I think the number one telltale test is if a girl really likes you, like, look, here's the deal. Not doing the marriage thing. Okay. Came from a broken family home. You're either in this voluntarily or not. But I'm not. You start treating me like shit and acting up at and all this other crap. No, I'm leaving. You have to treat me well. And there's not going to be the state or the government or the force of law that takes half my shit for me to stick with you. It's not happening. So we are either voluntarily committing to one another on our own word, if you could imagine. So, because like vows don't mean shit, right, ladies? I mean, till death do us part and all that shit in front of God and family, right? That was all bullshit, right? Because 70% of you initiate divorce. It's pretty fucking funny. And that doesn't say anything about the girls who just like, yeah, let's get fat and not have sex anymore because it's marriage, right? The obsolescence of marriage is painfully clear to everyone, even if they want to still claim that, well, I did. No. It's not. And so I think going in with that attitude and being upfront with girls and saying, I would like to have a family, but I am never getting married. That makes it very clear. You're being honest. You're not wasting their time. And then they can't and they're going to complain later because in girl time, if 48 hours goes by, everything you said has to be restated again because they think, oh, what about now? No, I don't know if you recall. Like, no joke. You should film it. Say, I am never getting married. I want to have it, but we're never getting married. And don't ask me again. And then you could show that every Christmas. Like, hey, remember this when you said I understand? And you nodded your head? That's you up there, right? So let me go through some alternatives to American marriage that will still allow you to get what you want. And you're going to have to accept the fact that when you tell these girls, I am not getting married, but I want a family and a traditional life, one, you're going to be lessening your chances because you're kicking out all the girls who insist on marriage. But two, I'd say you're increasing your chances because you're being forthright and honest and upfront. And if here, listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. If a girl really loves you, she won't care if you're married or not. And that's just the sad, honest truth. And you're going to find out how many women don't really love you that much. You're going to find out how many of them want their day more than anything else. They want your fucking money. They want they want the documents. Like, okay, then you don't want me. Say, you can have me, but here's how it's going to be. Well, how do I know you won't? You don't. You're going to have to trust me. You're going to have to be a good wife or good woman. So, first, let's go through the three options I got here. First, there's commitment but no contract. You say, here's the relationship I'm going for. I want to stay at home, traditional life or whatever. I want a family that includes a woman. I will not be getting married. There will be no marriage contract. There'll be no marriage. You either you want to commit to me or not, and I'll commit to you. And the reason we stick together is because the other person could leave, and therefore we got to treat each other well. You simply do not hand them all the power by signing a marriage contract. You say, I'm not doing it. And I understand if that doesn't appeal to you, but, and you can even say like, hey, look, sounds like you want to stay at home wife. Okay. Well, you say, look, I'll set aside some money if things don't work out, but we're committed until the kids are all grown up. Da, 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 da. And if you act up, if there's any fucking bullshit, I walk. And maybe there's some money here for you and the kids, but that we are not married. And we're not, that also means we're not living in a state where there's implied marriage. What is it? Common law marriage. So that's one thing. That would be ideal. It requires that person. By the way, these three are not mutually exclusive. You can do all three kind of or parts of them, which is what I'd recommend you do. There's no guarantee she's going to stick with it. She ain't going to change. But I think you have the conversation up front. You say, nope, not going to happen. It's not going to happen. If you do have kids, though, you are going to have to talk to a lawyer in that state and maybe even move states, find out, okay, what's going to happen if the kids, you're going to have to pay child support if it falls apart. But really, no joke. Like, here's what it is. And if you love me, you'll stick with me. You're not going to require this ridiculous fucking outdated, one-sided, lopsided death pact called marriage. Then there is the more traditional legal route. This is iffy. You can get prenups. You can have rental agreements. You can have custody contracts. I knew a guy who every aspect of his life, like, nope, you're giving up the kid if you leave. Now, how enforceable those are in court is another thing. You have rental agreements. The girl never lives with you. Again, this is where you got to talk to a divorce attorney and probably a landlord attorney and maybe even a trust attorney to say, how do I protect myself if I am going to go through with this marriage? How do I protect myself with prenups and all those other kind of things? So fine, we're going to have a marriage, but what state is it best in? What do I do to protect everything? So she says, well, he paid for everything. No, here's our rental agreement. She pays her rent, things like that. And then the other thing is the third one, again, does not mean you can't do the other two, is the trust of mom, where you had that, what's his name, Habibi or whatever his name was. He's the soccer player. And he gave his mom all of his money. And then the money grubbing, gold digging hewer of his wife wanted to sue him for everything. It's like, too bad my mom's got all my money. So now you don't have your mom, but I call it trust of mom. Find some kind of trust. Find somebody you trust. If you can. It's sad. Nowadays, it's hard to find someone. But I, again, would talk to an estate or trust attorney in combination with the legal attorney. And you being a CPA, you probably have some contacts or something like that. And I mean, you got to choose your battlefield, right? I don't know what the status is of your state, but I think common law marriage is there. You got to find out, all right, where are we going to live? Um, how can I set up a trust? There's no way she can get it. Da da da. You remove all your assets from your person, and then when and you even tell her that up front, like, yeah, everything's in a trust. So if we're getting married, you're not getting anything. Just isn't gonna happen. And then you'll find out. You'll find out. Does she love you or does she want the money? And they'll try emotional arguments. Well, you don't trust me? No, I don't trust you. But now we're going to have to, huh? How about that? So those are the three I recommend. There's more. Why? God damn it, man. Let me go back to your request. I don't want my life to be financially ruined if she leaves. Guys, given this caveat, should I rule out the pursuit of marriage entirely? No. Maybe marriage as a contract, yes, but a relationship with a family, no. I mean, and I guess a fourth one would be going overseas. Of course, there are consequences and risks with that as well. Should I rule out the pursuit of marriage entirely? No. Is it unrealistic based on your research on the book of numbers? No, you can, if you're forthright, here's one thing you can do to really improve, because you already got game, you're already asking a lot of girls. On your dating profile, say, look, I'm either fun or we're getting committed and I want you to be a stay-at-home wife, but I'm not marrying. It's not happening. All right. I want to raise a family. And you be forthright with that up front with your dating. And like girl says, what do you want? And you say, I want a family, woman in my life, but there ain't going to be no marriage. Well, okay, fine, bye. So I think being forthright and honest is going to drastically increase your but significantly increase your chances. Alternative seems to be a long-term girlfriend with no cohabitation. Depends on the law. And you know what? That's a fourth variant. You got your place, I have my place. But if you want kids, you're going to have to cohabitate. Kids need their parents. But when the topic comes up, almost all the girls I date say they're hoping for marriage and kids someday, especially conservatives. Well, that's too bad. You're not getting that. I'd feel guilty wasting time by leading them on. That's why you're honest. Look at this, girls. He's an honest man, too. He feels bad. He has morals and integrity. By the way, you can reach me, ladies, at assholeconsulting.com. And if you're interested in this man, I will set you up. But we're going to make sure you're good looking because this guy's a good looking dude. He's good looking. And he's got his shit together. Oh, by the way, no single moms, okay? Don't no. No fat chicks. Fuck you. We're so sick and tired of it. Be hot. Don't have other men's kids. And I'm going to guess no tattoos or nose piercings or any of that ridiculous pink hair color bullshit. Okay? Watch, I'll have 40 emails. No, I won't have. Just so you know, client, there's not going to be any emails. I'd feel guilty wasting their time leading them on. Are there enough girls out there who are okay with avoiding marriage? I think there are, especially at your generation. I think many of them have also gone through bad families and they'll understand. And I think there's some gals who want the commitment and they're okay with there not being any marriage. And they better. I mean, that'd be the truest sign of love. Like, yeah, you're not getting married. You either want to be with me or you don't. And the girl will be like, okay, fine. I don't care. I love you. Oh, wow. That's weird. Oh, boy, I don't know how to respond to that. That's crazy. Any suggestions or potential pitfalls? I mean, if you're worried about being alone, keep in mind you're real young, man. I mean, you should be able to find something here. It might take a while, but you should be able to find something. I would go get the menu. Link below. I obviously have. What do I have linked below? The book of numbers, analyzing the ROI in the pursuit of women. But if you want, go get the menu, Life Without the Opposite Sex, because you're going to be without the opposite sex in some of your life. Ladies, you too. So why don't you find stuff to do? You already got some hobbies going on. But yeah, and here's the fun. I wish I could say, oh yeah, do these things and you're guaranteed. There's a very real chance. I don't think it's a majority chance, but there's a non-zero chance you just won't find a gal. These girls are not interested in Generally speaking, most women in at least the West are not interested in being a wife, or let alone a stay-at-home mom. Um, most of them are their primary interest is themselves or via their career or their politics. They do want to have kids more than they want a husband. That's based on polling data. I presume you've read the Book of Numbers, so you kind of know. So there's not a zero chance that you may play your cards right, which you are, and you're just not going to find a gal. Um, and you could kind of hedge that risk by having prenups, getting a trust. Fine, we're getting married, but there ain't nothing in it for you, except for me. And then you're going to find out who's really on board or not. But yeah, modernly, no, it is stupid to be asking for a marriage now. Marriage is just a dumb idea, like on the face of it. So link below, I have the Book of Numbers analyzing the ROI in the pursuit of women. I also linked to James Sexton. He's this lawyer who just frankly had enough of it and spoke bluntly and truthfully about marriage. He's a divorce attorney. I have it linked down to his book, and his title of his book is "If You're in My Office, It's Already Too Late: A Divorce Lawyer's Guide to Staying Together." James Sexton, Esquire. And you can just watch his videos on YouTube if you search James Sexton. Unfortunately, he doesn't have his own channel. That's about it. All right, let's go to the super chats. Wow, 9 super chats. Albino, $5. The worship singers were where the belly sticks out more than the tatas, and they ate 6 donuts in the lobby. Happy Easter, church girls. Oh, that's right. It's Good Friday, ain't it? Death Punch, $2. Laugh out loud. A marriage or a 69 Charger? Easy choice. It's sad, I know, but marriage is like smoking. You can live a very good life without it, and it is only an added risk you don't need to take. And so, smoking or a 69 Charger, I'm going to go with the 69 Charger. Drinking heavily or the 69 Charger. Pot or the 69 Charger. Again, I await for anyone who's intellectually honest to tell me what the advantage of being married is over just having a committed person in your life with a family that you love. But let me know what the advantages are. And I'm going to kindly tell you to fuck off because there are none. And I'm sick and tired of people lying to my face. Bro, chill. 62, $2. You in a hostel you found on to cry? No, just an Airbnb. I'm on kind of a vacation. It's the end of tax season. GF is done. Nonstop Dre, $2. Cappy broke the bank on new headphones. I see. No, I've had these for a while, and I think I got them for free. Dre again for $2. But Cappy, there's no romance without finance. Well, that's fine. Look, remove the marriage. Say, look, I'm here. I'm all yours. Is that not good enough? You're going to find out for how many women. No. And then you know what it means? They're telling you it's not about you. It's about something else. It could be the ceremony. It could be the ring. It could be bragging rights. It could be they actually are money gribbing hewers and gold. It could be. It doesn't. But you're not it. A girl that absolutely loves you, like, I don't care. Let's go. Okay, cool. Like it. I'm trying to think of what it's like. If there was a way to own a car without having the title, right? Like, yeah, look, you don't get a title, but it's yours. This is your car. Well, I don't want it if I can't have the title. And like, it's like, no, you actually can't have this car without the title. Nope, I need the title. Why do you need the title? Like God himself came down. No, you don't need the title. It's yours. Iggity yockity oop. It's yours. It's yours. Chad Lawton. $5. Emotional guilt tripping and browbeating doesn't work on me anymore. My wallet, my choice. Yeah, ladies, it's two equals coming together. And if you would like a man in your life, you can have a man in your life. You don't need a piece of paper for that. The Plains Warrior, $5. Cappy's so short he fell off the bed and it took him an hour to hit the floor. Dre, $2. Married men pay the most to get the least. Coach Greg Adams. Yep. Brocho, $5. Cappy, gay called, it's for you. What is this, just a regular old gay joke? Dre, $2. Did you see the new pictures yet? Yeah, I did. I responded. Wait, unless you said some new ones. Was it on Instagram? Me and Chad were on the same one. was by the ocean or by some kind of body of water. And Dre, $2, the divorce is planned before the wedding. Coach Greg Adams. I am trying to get us to the point where we realize how completely unnecessary uh, marriage is. It is. You don't need it to have kids. You don't need it for, like, everyone's like, what if you die? You can put power of attorney in your living will. There is no reason to get married. None. And I'm sorry, I'm awfully sus, as the young kids say, when they say, oh, what? When they insist on it, I'm awfully sus. Why do you insist on this? Sorry, ladies, you're the one. You started this racket. It's 70% the time you initiate the divorce, half the time it's no. And I'd like to know what percentage of the time marriages end up where the girl gets fat. Guy gets fat too, but I want to know where you girls just like, no, fuck the sex. It's not important. All right. We'll see you guys later, Toodles.